8 parents walked into Judge Vonda B's courtroom full of excuses and walked out completely speechless. From surprise child support calculations to instant back pay orders, these moments show exactly why no one escapes her gavel.
Eyes. Judge Vonda B court is now in session. This is case number JVB 1014, case of the Taylors.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Taylor,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Okay, so Sam and I split up a while back, but 2 months ago she moved out and left me with our darling children. I have an 11-year-old named Emma,
Okay.
and my 6-year-old boy is Braxton. And my 2 kids live with me. She's been out of the house for 2 months. I'm seeking 2 months of back child support and child support.
Okay. And why didn't you...
All right, guys, let's walk into this one together. We have 2 parents who once shared a home, time, and responsibilities. Now, that same partnership is being examined under the court's light. The father says the mother left and the kids stayed with him. The mother says she still helps, just in different ways, because of her demanding work schedule. Both believe they're doing what they can. But in family court, feelings aren't the deciding factor. Living arrangements are. The judge is not here to choose sides emotionally. She's here to determine who carries the day-to-day weight of raising the kids. And once that becomes clear, the rest of this story begins to unfold almost automatically.
So he's asking for money, but what he's not including is the fact that I'm a nurse. I work intense hours that are very irregular. So we decided it was best if the kids stay in his home since he has a more steady daily schedule. I am living with my mother when the kids have a day off of school or a weekend where I'm available or any time that they need to be taken care of. They are with me or with my mother at that time. He is saving on daycare, any care like that, and I am spending the emotional support time with them and also providing for...
Did you really just say that? You're spending emotional support?
I don't understand what's wrong with that.
You're not paying him any money.
Spending. I am not paying him. The children are with me.
The mother explains that her schedule is unpredictable and that the children spend time with her or her mother when she's free. And that's real. Work schedules can make parenting complicated. But when the court evaluates custody and child support, they look at where the children live most of the time, not just where they visit. It's not about how much love is given, but where the daily structure exists. So while she describes emotional presence, the father is describing routine, school mornings, nightly dinners, consistent care. And that's what the court needs to support financially. There's no disrespect here. It's just the legal framework trying to make sure the children have stability in their main home.
Approximately half the time. We don't have a formal agreement on that.
Approximately, but not half the time, right?
No.
Okay. So, you should be paying child support to him.
If we want to lay down the hours and really count it out, then we can. I work usually 4 days on, 3 days off, sometimes 3 days on, 2 days off.
Okay.
My schedule is very irregular.
Which means that the children are with him most of the time. So you should be paying child support.
They come to me and my mother's home a lot of the time.
Right. And I get it. I get it. However, the law is very straightforward. Whoever the child lives with, the children in this case live with, majority of the time they're going to be considered the custodial parent. And the non-custodial parent has the obligation to pay child support. That's the way that it works.
This is the moment where the truth becomes clear. The mother admits the children aren't with her half the time. That single detail decides the case. Once the primary home is identified, child support follows as a standard requirement. It's not about blame. It's not about who is right or wrong. It's simply the law ensuring the children's needs are covered where they live the most. And while that realization can feel personal, it isn't. The court isn't taking anything away from her role as a mother. It's just recognizing that physical care, meals, schedules, daily supervision is happening in one place more than the other. Child support just helps balance that load.
You said you're a nurse. How much money do you make?
Around $80,000 a year.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, I see your check stubs here. And how much do you make?
$125,000 a year.
Okay, do you all split? Excuse me.
He's doing fine.
You are too. You make $80,000 a year. You're not doing fine?
I am doing fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, so you both are doing well. So those little comments, they're unnecessary. $125,000 a year.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
all share custody like she's saying?
Yeah, they're over there every now and then.
Well, when you say every now and then,
Well, they live with me.
okay.
You know, they live under my roof. I pay their insurance.
Well, that's my question.
Yeah.
They're not with you a full week and then they're with her a full week and you guys are rotating and
No.
everything like that. Then yeah, that really doesn't justify you not paying child support. And yes, you should have given him child support when you left. Okay? You had the obligation to do that. When you were no longer living with the children and you left them to live with him, you owed him child support. So you are going to be paying child support starting today.
When finances come up, it can feel like judgment. The father earns more, yes. The mother earns well too. But the key is where the children live daily. The parent providing the roof, groceries, routines, and insurance takes on the real-world costs every single day. That's why support is needed, regardless of income comparison. The judge stays steady and fair. She isn't shaming either parent. She's simply ensuring that the home where the children spend most of their time remains secure. Money doesn't replace love, but stability does come with expenses, and the law recognizes that.
And you also are going to give him back 2 months worth of back pay. Okay? So, based on the documents that you turned in, I have your gross at $80,000 broken down to $6,606. Ooh, it's got tongue tied. It's a lot of sixes. $6,666.67. That brings your net to $4,961.81. Make sure, and 2 children, correct?
Yes,
Who carries health insurance?
I do.
How much is health insurance?
$208 a month.
208. Okay. So you're also going to be reimbursing that to him every month. Okay. And that coverage is for the children only, right?
Right.
Yeah, you are going to reimburse that to him. Okay. So your child support amount is $1,240.45 plus the 208 for the health insurance, $1,448.45. And then your back pay, you're just going to pay that out monthly, adding in, I'd say about $50 a month added into that as well. So do you understand that?
Okay, is there a set time that I mean, I guess until the back pay is completed?
Yes, when
at
the
whatever
back
rate works.
Right. When the back pay is completed, that $50 will drop off.
Okay.
You know, you can pay the full amount. I mean, if you want to, it's about $2,480. You can pay it in one lump sum if you want to. Pay it out over like $50. $50 really doesn't cover a lot of the interest, but I mean, that's the lowest that it can go.
Oh, yeah, I'm not asking for the monthly amount to be lower. I understand that.
Okay.
We can take care of it however.
Here we see the final calculation. Monthly support, insurance reimbursement, and back pay are laid out clearly. No tension, no arguing, just acceptance. And that matters. Co-parenting works best when both parents follow through, even when it's not easy. Her calm response shows maturity. That's a win for the kids. Because at the end of the day, it's not about winning or losing. It's about raising children in a stable environment. When both parents respect the process, it creates peace rather than resentment. And that peace is something the children will feel every day.
You'd agree.
Okay. So do you all have any other issues or anything needing addressing today?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
This case is a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful courtroom moments are quiet ones. 2 people showed up, spoke honestly, and accepted the outcome. The judge applied the law simply. The parent with primary care receives support. The other contributes financially. No drama, just fairness and responsibility. If this case gave you something to think about, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more clear and human courtroom breakdowns like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more.
You all may be seated. Miss Pearson, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, we had been together for a really long time. About 4 years ago, we decided to adopt a child, and she broke up with me about 4 years ago. About 2 years ago, and stopped paying child support. And so I have had all the responsibility of our daughter. And
All right, guys, buckle up for this one, because what we're about to witness is a full collision between responsibility, ego, and cold financial reality. Two women who once built a family together are now locked in a courtroom, facing the aftermath of a breakup that didn't just end a relationship. It left a child caught in the middle. One parent has been carrying the weight alone. Bills, healthcare, daily routine, emotional labor, everything. The other? She's suddenly earning less, way less, at the exact moment child support comes up. And the judge? She sees right through it. You're about to watch someone try to game the system and get called out in real time. Let's get into it.
she barely comes
Ma'am,
around.
That's really not
Ma'am, let her finish. You will have your opportunity to speak.
Okay,
Okay, I can roll my eyes too. Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
She never sees our daughter, and recently she just changed jobs. She was making a lot of money, and she just dropped jobs so that, because right when I started talking to her about child support, she changed jobs because she didn't want to. She wanted to make sure that she wasn't ever going to have to pay anything more than what
Okay,
she
ma'am,
would-
where do you used to work?
I was a teacher.
Okay. How much were you making as a teacher?
Oh,
Here, we see the first real fracture. Notice how the mother with custody tries to explain what's been happening. She's calm, focused on the child's needs. Meanwhile, the other parent immediately jumps in with interruptions, eye-rolling, attitude. That contrast tells us a lot. The judge isn't just listening to words. She's watching demeanor, because credibility matters. When someone can't even let the truth be spoken without reacting emotionally, it's often a sign of guilt or insecurity. And listen closely. The key detail is that support stopped 2 years ago. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a choice. And the court has zero patience for decisions that put a child last.
You sure about that?
well,
Because based on the paperwork that you provided, your teacher's salary was $55,000 a year.
well, that doesn't include what I put into profit sharing.
Is that true or not?
55?
$55,000. Your documents are correct, right?
Okay, that's probably true.
Okay, it's not a probably.
That's
You
true.
submitted it. Thank you.
Okay,
$55,000 a year. How much are you making now? Like, where are you working at now?
Well, I'm working at a store as a clerk, and I'm making $30,000 a year now.
Okay. And you said you're a teacher, so
Yes.
what type of degrees do you have for that?
I have a degree in economics,
Okay. You have one degree or you have multiple degrees?
Well, and I have my master's in accounting.
You have a master's in accounting and you're working as a clerk.
Yes.
What are you doing at this job?
Well, I help people find clothes.
Like a retail
Invest-
clerk?
Yes.
Ma'am, you have a master's degree.
Yes.
Did-
But
This is where the case shifts from emotional to financially suspicious. The judge digs into job history, and the numbers don't lie. A teacher's salary of $55,000 suddenly becomes a retail clerk wage of $30,000 right when child support was raised. That's not coincidence. That's intentional underemployment. And the judge calls it exactly as she sees it. Courts are allowed to base child support on earning potential, not just what someone currently decides to make. Especially when the career change makes no logical sense. A master's in accounting, using it to fold shirts for minimum wage? That's not lifestyle, that's strategy. And not a very subtle one.
Your character is not looking very cute to me at all because you have tried to misrepresent to me what is really going on in this case. You stopped working as a teacher so you would not have to pay that higher amount in child support. Is that not the case?
well,
Well, is that not the case?
we discussed it, and she didn't seem to have an objection. And I just thought I was paying enough.
No.
And when I talked to my daughter, she loves me more anyway, and she should come live with me. And I know that's not a matter for this court.
Right. That's definitely not a matter for what we're here on today, because based on what we've already discussed, the child lives with her, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you're not providing any type of financial support anymore, correct?
I provide emotional support all the time. The child.
You know what? That is not, you cannot quantify emotional support. Stop it. I'm just going to go on with what I need.
Here, the emotional mask slips. Instead of talking about the child's needs, she shifts into defensiveness and comparison. The child loves me more. She should live with me. This is classic avoidance. When someone has no financial justification, they try to introduce emotional justification. But courts do not calculate support based on affection. They calculate it based on responsibility. And when the judge says, "You stopped working to avoid paying," she's laying down a legal finding. Intentional avoidance is considered bad faith. That means the judge now has full authority to set payments based on the higher income, even if she refuses to earn it.
Because you're not cheating her, you're cheating your child. So, based on $55,000 a year, I have your gross at $4,583.33. Is there a reason your mouth is open? Do you need some water?
I just can't believe you're being so mean.
Oh, I'm not being mean at all, ma'am. You, on the other hand, are being mean. You deliberately stopped working. You have a master's degree, and you went to a retail store so you would not have to pay for your daughter.
Well, that's my prerogative.
Well, you know what? It's my prerogative to read these numbers out to you. Keep listening. So, I have your net at $3,794.48. Who carries health insurance for the child?
I do.
You
I do
do?
everything.
Based on this, I see health insurance at $1,200 a month.
Well,
Ma'am, where do you work?
I work for the airlines.
Okay.
And the $1,200 is for me and the child.
Okay.
The child portion is $400.
Okay,
That's
I'm seeing that.
ridiculous,
I'm seeing
isn't
that.
it?
No, it's ridiculous that you're not paying. But guess what? You're getting ready to pay now, and you're going to repay whatever the amount is for the child. Well, $400.
She doesn't even love our daughter. She loves her 4 cats
Ma'am.
more than our daughter.
Ma'am, you know what?
How would you know
That
you
is not,
never see
excuse
our
me.
daughter?
The two of you will address me, and that is not an issue for this court. Nobody cares about what's going on with the cats. We care about
Okay.
what's going on with the child. No offense to your cats. That's not what I mean. I mean in terms of
This is the breaking point. The judge recalculates support as if she were still earning $55,000. Because the law is clear, you cannot voluntarily downgrade your life to avoid supporting your child. The reaction says everything: shock, disbelief, and suddenly feeling attacked. But child support isn't punishment. It's protection. The custodial parent is paying health insurance, daily expenses, school, food, routine care, alone. Emotional support is not a currency you can exchange for clothing, medical bills, or stability. And when she claims the other parent doesn't love the child, it shows where her priorities lie: arguing, not parenting.
calculating this child support. So, health insurance, you're going to be responsible for reimbursing that. So I have your child support obligation at $758.90 plus $400 for the monthly health insurance, comes out to $1,158.90.
Am I paying the whole $400 a month, or is she paying any of it?
Did you hear me put you on a payment plan for that? If you didn't, you're paying the full amount, $1,158.90. And I need you to close your mouth. I just don't understand why you're looking so confused right now. Child support is based on the calculation. Okay? Is there anything further?
I'm not making that much anymore.
Well, but you just testified, right?
Right.
That you intentionally are working at a lower paying job, right?
Right.
Okay, so as a teacher, because you can make more than what you're currently making as a clerk.
Well,
If
I
there's
didn't know
nothing,
that.
well, you know now. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Well, can you make her come see the baby, our child?
I can't make her, but ma'am, please go visit with the child. Do not punish the child because you're upset. Are you mad at the cats? I mean, don't punish the
I don't wanna be
child.
around the cats. Can you put the cats away when
Yes.
I come?
Ma'am,
It's
put the
so long.
cats away so she can
Yes,
come visit with the
yes.
I'll
child.
come visit.
Thank you. You all are
It's
dismissed.
sad. It's sad.
So the final ruling stands. Child support is set at the higher income level, plus reimbursement for the child's portion of health insurance. The judge makes one final point. She cannot force a parent to show up emotionally, but she can ensure the child is financially cared for. And that's what this entire case comes down to. Parenthood is not optional when it becomes inconvenient. It's a commitment, a responsibility, a duty. If this case hit you the way it hit us, drop your thoughts below and make sure to like and subscribe for more powerful Real Courtroom breakdowns every week.
Seated. Okay, Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband, or I'm sorry, ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement.
All right, guys, buckle up, because this one is deceptively calm on the surface, but the emotional tension underneath is real. We have two parents who actually co-parent well. No one is acting out. No one is fighting for custody. No one is refusing responsibility. The issue here is daycare. But what's really happening is a clash between two different worldviews. A mother who works in healthcare and understands social development, and a father whose anxiety and protective instincts spill into control. This isn't about daycare costs. It's about fear, trust, and two babies who deserve balance between safety and growth. And Judge Vonda B, she's about to break it down with straight logic.
With our children, where he keeps them at night and I keep them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Okay, how old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay, and you already picked out the daycare you want them to go to and everything like
Yes.
that? How much is it?
It is $500 a month
$500 for both children?
for one child, so it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for two kids. What's your opposition to that?
Well, I don't think they should be in daycare. I think she should stay with them like we originally planned. I didn't get a chance to check out the daycare.
We see the mother calmly explain the schedule. He has the kids at night. She has them during the day. It's cooperative, not combative. But then reality steps in. Her job changed, which means the original agreement no longer works. This is an important legal point. Parenting agreements must adjust to real life. The kids are very young, yes, but this is also the exact age where structured learning and social cues begin to develop. When she mentions a nationally accredited daycare, that signals quality, regulation, and health standards. Meanwhile, the father never evaluated the daycare himself. Courts look for effort, not assumptions. And right now, the effort sits on one side of the table.
I just would rather them stay with her mom or one of our family members.
Okay, did you let him know which daycare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was invited to go meet the teachers and do the tour, but he opted not to go.
So you did have an opportunity to go.
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs, they're next level.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
They do.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity to try to do any kind of research.
Okay.
But the fact that there are germs at the daycare, I mean, that's not.
Here, the father reveals his true concern, germs. And the judge wastes no time pointing out the obvious. Everything has germs. The courtroom has germs. Life has germs. This is where emotional context matters. His fear is real to him. But legally, fear must be supported with evidence, research, or at least active participation. Instead, he declined the daycare tour, the one moment that could have given him clarity and control. The mother points out this isn't just anxiety. It's a pattern of isolation and overprotection. The judge is measuring. Is this concern rooted in safety or control? Right now, it leans toward control.
This
Okay.
is one reason that we did not work out.
It's a big problem.
My ex-husband is a germaphobe, and he feels like if the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no reason. That's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day, while he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room,
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
Okay, look, with all due respect, I don't even want to be in this courtroom, Your Honor.
I can understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
So, I mean,
but I'm here. I'm here for the kids, and I would prefer if they weren't in a daycare, if they were at one of our family members, where we can give them special instructions on cleaning and what the children need to stay healthy.
well, I definitely understand, and I agree. In a lot of cases, it is good for the children to be around a family member and everything like that. However,
When the judge speaks here, notice the tone. Calm, balanced, firm. She acknowledges there is value in family-based care. Yes, many children benefit from being raised around grandparents and loved ones. But developmentally, structured early learning environments provide education, socialization, and emotional growth that home settings often cannot. She's not dismissing either parent. She's reminding them that co-parenting means compromising for the children's future, not just comfort. The judge encourages the father to visit, research, and evaluate. She's offering him dignity and involvement. The choice is whether he takes it.
the agreement is just going to stand what it is. You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, and you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But what I will do to make sure that daycare does get paid is that you guys split it. So $1,000, you pay $500, you pay $500, and it's going to go through the Attorney General of Texas. And that's just the best way to do it, because that at least ensures that the children's daycare is paid for month to month.
Oh, okay, but now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it, and I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more.
This is the turning point. The judge orders both parents to split the daycare cost, $500 each, and route payments through the Attorney General. Why? To protect the children's routine, no matter what emotional conflict arises in the future. The father pushes back, calling the arrangement unfair. He argues income imbalance. The judge responds with sharp legal pressure. We can calculate child support based on your salary, and it will cost you more. This is what we call judicial reality checking. A reminder that fairness isn't about who earns more. It's about maintaining stability for the kids. And the father realizes quickly, $500 is the better deal.
And I think that's fair. Or, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see. Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base child support that you pay her off of $62,000 a year? Because I can assure you it will be more than $500.
Then no.
Okay. Well, in that case, is there anything further between either of you?
Your Honor. Thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay. Yes. Where you all are dismissed.
And just like that, the case closes. No raised voices. No accusations. Just a clear decision. Daycare will move forward, both parents contribute, and the co-parenting structure remains exactly as it is. What we saw here is something rare, a disagreement rooted not in bitterness, but in love expressed differently. He wants safety. She wants development. The judge's ruling ensures the children receive both. If this case made you think, drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful courtroom breakdowns.
Is Miss or Mrs. Mouse?
It's Miss Mouse. I remarried.
Okay. Mrs. Mouse, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So my husband, ex-husband, was in jail for a while, and I found out that he is currently making more than $20,000 extra than what he previously stated, and
Okay.
so I would just like some help raising the kids.
Okay, if he makes 20.
All right, guys, this case starts off with a simple request. The mother wants the child support amount increased because the father is now making more money. But as we go through it, you'll notice past history, emotions, and pride show up too. The judge keeps it very direct and focused on one thing only: what is fair for the children. No blame games, no bringing up the past unless it impacts the present. Let's break down how the judge handles this with clarity.
$8,000 more extra. Why did you need to tell me that he was in jail previously?
Because it was not on the record that he was making $20,000 more, and I'm not exactly sure where he's getting it now, but it's fine. I just would like more help with the kids.
Okay, I was just confused as to why you were bringing that up, because obviously if he went to jail, he served his time, and that's not relevant to any money. Unless you're trying to, say that he got the $20,000 from wire money in prison or jail or whatever.
I have no idea.
Okay, so we're just going to leave that alone, okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
Yes, I pay the kids' health insurance.
Okay, how much is that?
$201.
$201.
Yes.
Is that for you and the children, or for you? The children only.
The children only.
Okay, got it.
Yes, and our little girl is about to start cheer, competitive cheer, which of course everyone knows is incredibly expensive, and our boy's about to start baseball, which is again expensive,
Right.
and I pay for everything: the food, the water, literally every single thing, and
I believe every other person that.
yes.
Here, the judge stops the mother from bringing up his past jail time. That's important. The court is not here to re-punish someone for mistakes they already served time for. What only matters is the father's current income and the children's current needs. The judge is reminding both parents that child support cases depend on financial responsibility, not emotional points or personal history. This is about numbers, fairness, and the kids, nothing
All right,
else.
now continue.
So I was in jail, and I've been out for a couple of years now.
All right.
And I was not making $60,000 before I went to jail.
All right.
My wife and I, my ex-wife and I, had a shop that we ran, and after going to jail, I came out. When I was in jail, I met a couple of guys that invited me into a program to help kids with special needs. When I got out, and they gave me a job, and I recently got an endorsement to help fund a new gym that we are starting.
Okay, now
Again,
we're getting to the
for
important
children
stuff.
with special needs.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
So you said television endorsement, or
Yes,
is
ma'am.
this an endorsement that's
It's
not
an-
on television?
It
How-
will be on television,
Okay.
and it will be the endorsement will also be for marketing for the new gym that we are opening.
Great. So with this endorsement, how much money will you be making a year?
So it will be going to our business. It will be an additional $22,000.
All right.
That, again, we hope to get new equipment and put in handicap ramps and
Okay,
special.
you're saying a whole lot, not answering my question.
Okay.
So how much will you be making a year?
The father explains how his life changed after jail and how he's now part of a program helping children with special needs, which led to his new job and endorsement. It's a positive turnaround, and it shows growth. But the judge needs one thing: the actual income amount. Courts don't base decisions on motivation, stories, or good intentions. They base it on income. If someone is earning more now, their child support adjusts accordingly. That's the law, simple and straightforward.
So because of that, we're going to base your child support off of that $82,000. That's the right thing to do. It wouldn't make sense for her to have to come back once it takes effect and ask for the increase. It's going to happen today.
Okay.
All right. So based on 82, well, actually, based on what you provided in court, it's $82,500 that you'll be making. Were you trying to shortchange your children?
No, ma'am.
So why didn't you tell me the additional $500?
I apologize, ma'am. $82,500.
You knew the amount, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you come in here to play games with me?
No, I did not, ma'am.
Okay. So $82,500 is
ma'am.
what you make a year,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Okay.
Correct.
So based on that, I have your gross at $7,000 a month for a net of $5,482.88. Do you have any other children outside? These are your only 2 children, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So based on that, I have your child support obligation at $1,370.72. Oh, wait. She pays health insurance. So you know you have to reimburse that to her, correct?
I do not.
This is the key moment. The judge realizes his income is actually $82,500, not $82,000. Even small differences matter because accuracy shows honesty. The court then calculates the new monthly support obligation, $1,571.72, including reimbursement for the health insurance the mother currently pays. The message is clear. When income goes up, support goes up, so the children's quality of life rises too. It's not punishment, it's fairness.
Why are you smelling so hard?
I just thought it was humorous that his job is reflecting on kids with special needs, and he's just going out of his way to do stuff for kids with special needs whenever he doesn't do stuff for his own kids. But now that he's making an effort to try to help them, it makes.
At the end, the mother smiles in a sarcastic or mocking way, and the judge notices immediately. This matters. Court is not a place for scoring points or celebrating wins. The judge steps in to remind her that this wasn't about winning. It was about ensuring the children are properly supported. Emotional jabs and pride don't help, and the judge shuts that tone down quickly.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay, but that smile was snarky. That's not cute. And that won't be tolerated in my courtroom, you understand?
Yes.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all will be dismissed.
So the takeaway is simple. Child support adjusts based on current income, not past mistakes or personal judgments. As financial situations change, the support amount must reflect that. The court stays focused on the children, not the parents' conflicts. If this case gave you something to think about, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.
Mr. Daniels,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
This case starts quietly, but there's a lot sitting underneath the surface. We have a father who actually came to court on his own to set up child support. That's not common, and judges know it. When someone does that, it usually means they're tired of the back and forth, tired of confusion, and tired of watching their child be caught in the middle. From the very beginning, you can feel that he's trying to do the responsible thing, even if life isn't perfect right now. The mother didn't show up, and that absence speaks louder than anything he could have said. This isn't about ego or revenge. This is someone trying to make sure his child is cared for, even if it hurts him financially. That's the tone of this entire case.
Yeah, I brought my case because I'm trying to file child support on myself to make sure that my child is getting the benefits that it needs, because the mother doesn't seem to be taking care of the responsibilities.
I mean, obviously not. She didn't even have the audacity to show up for court today. And I see that you did send her notice of that.
I did.
Okay. It's very different when people come in and, well, guys in particular, come in to put themselves on child support.
When the judge asks why he filed, the father gets straight to the point. He's concerned his child isn't being taken care of the way they should be. And before anything else is said, the judge notices that the mother isn't present. Courts take attendance seriously. When one parent consistently shows up and the other doesn't, it quietly shifts credibility. It doesn't mean guilt or blame automatically, but it does show who is putting effort into the process. He isn't here to argue or complain. He simply wants to make sure his child's needs are met. The judge is listening closely, and the tone of the room is calm but
To be out in the
serious.
streets, so I'm just trying to.
What do you mean by chose to be out in the streets?
Chose to be being somewhere other than the house.
Okay.
So yeah.
She party a lot, do all those things?
Well, I don't know where she's at, so I don't know what she does.
Do you communicate with her at all?
When it comes to money.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why.
You have a son or a daughter?
I have a son.
Do you get to see your son?
On the weekends, but it's rare. We have a lot of conflict going on. Again, she's not here, so this is why I'm.
When he explains that he tried to build a stable home, tried to commit, even wanted marriage. You can hear some disappointment behind his words. He says she chose the streets, and the judge immediately asks for clarification, not to challenge him, but to separate feelings from facts. He describes her being gone, partying, not being present. The judge stays neutral because the court deals in behavior, not emotional labels. But the important part is this. He is showing that he tried, and things didn't work because responsibility wasn't shared. Parenting only works when both parents make the same decision. Show up. Here, he's the one doing
I'm trying
that.
to come to court because I want my child taken care of, but I can't take a major hit because I have to take care of myself as well.
Okay. So it's based on the calculation. So whatever amount of money that you make, that's what your child support is going to be set at. No matter if you were third string, first string, second string, I don't know how many strings it go up to. It's based on your calculation.
The conversation shifts to income, and this is where things get very real. He's in the Arena Football League, but being third string means pay isn't consistent. He's worried child support could put him in a tough financial position. The judge reminds him that child support is based on real income numbers, not status or title. Whether someone is first string or third string doesn't change how the calculation is made. The system isn't designed to punish a parent, but to make sure the child has what they need. You can hear his concern, but you can also hear that he's willing to do what's required. That effort
130.
matters.
130, you're shorting yourself $10 because the health insurance amount, I mean, she's not here obviously to dispute it or whatnot, but you get a credit for carrying the child on your health insurance. Okay. So based on that, giving you credit for the health insurance, your gross comes out to $5,470. Your net of that after taxes come out is $4,357.28. for a child support amount of $871.46. Okay?
Okay.
You have any other questions about that?
Are you single?
Then we get a moment of awkward humor, and it changes the energy for just a second. He asks the judge if she's single. It's not aggressive or rude, but it's definitely misplaced. You can tell it came from a place of nervousness and trying to lighten the moment. The judge doesn't get upset. She simply sets a boundary, keeps things professional, and moves the case forward. It shows something important. He might be overwhelmed, tired, or even lonely. Parenting alone is heavy. Sometimes people joke when they're carrying more than they admit. And the judge handles it with calm firmness.
No.
Okay.
But I don't think that has anything to do with why you're here.
Oh, well, I don't have a good baby mother.
So you want to make me a baby mama? No. That's what you're telling me?
No, I wasn't trying to make you a baby mother. I was just seeing if you were available to help.
Well, I'm available for my next case. So if there's nothing further, you are dismissed.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
In the end, the judge calculates his child support fairly, gives him credit for paying health insurance, and closes the case with structure. There's no argument, no conflict, just a plan that makes sure the child is supported. The mother may not have shown up today, but the father did, and that matters more than anything said aloud. Parenting isn't proven by big statements. It's proven by presence. If this case made you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more real courtroom stories told simply and clearly, make sure to subscribe before you go.
Okay, Mrs. Armstrong.
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Miss Tally over here, we decided to have a baby together about 3 years ago. And we got a divorce. And now I just need her to pay some child support.
Okay. Well, you guys are going through a divorce, right?
Well, yeah, sorry, we're going through a divorce. I wish it was over already. But I have been paying health care for.
All right, guys, buckle in for this one, because what you're about to witness is a full collision between money, parenting, and pride. We have two parents who once agreed to have a child together, but after the breakup, everything turned into a battlefield. Who pays? Who sees the child? Who gets control? And while one parent is asking for child support, the other says they shouldn't have to pay a cent because they've been blocked from seeing their own kid. But here's the twist. Judge Vonda B doesn't play those kinds of games. In this courtroom, money and parenting time are not bargaining chips. And the judge is about to make that crystal clear.
I want to pay that money?
No, ma'am. Instead, I want to spend time with this child. She's not allowing me to see my son, Alex. for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I have an amazing 2-year-old son that I'm being denied access to see. And I do not believe that I should be paying child support rather than I should be able to spend time with my son and actively be in his life.
Okay. Is there a reason you have not been allowing her to see Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, Judge, I feel like time is not money. And, you know,
Well, stop. Hold on. It's not money. But you would agree with me that she is the mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want for her to...
This is where everything starts to get real. The mother admits she hasn't allowed the other parent to see their son for over a year and a half. Not because of danger, not because of abuse, but simply because she felt that time is not money. And here's the issue. You cannot withhold a child to force someone to pay. Judge Vonda immediately shuts that down because the law sees parenting time and financial support as separate responsibilities. You don't get to gatekeep the child just because you feel the other parent isn't contributing. The judge is already signaling that this behavior could lead to contempt in another courtroom.
And how often do you allow her to see him at all?
No.
Okay, now that's going to change today. You do not have any authority to do that. You do not have it both ways. You can't say, I want her to pay this money, but at the same time, I don't want her to see our son. It doesn't work like that.
Well, once she starts paying me some money, then she can also start seeing the son.
Well, they don't go together.
Okay.
But the possession to a child has nothing to do with paying child support. You do not decide that. You understand? Okay, because in a different court, you could actually be held in contempt for that if you all had a court order and you were denying her access to.
Now watch this shift. The judge presses her, very calmly, but the logic is unavoidable. If you wouldn't want to be denied access to your child, you cannot deny her access either. And the mother has no real answer. Because this isn't about safety. It isn't even about co-parenting. It's about control. But the judge is done with that. She makes it clear, visitation is not optional. You don't get to decide who sees the child based on how you feel that week. And when the judge says, that's going to change today, that's the moment the balance of power in this room flips.
Seems like money is what's important to you, not necessarily her having a relationship with the child. That's right, right?
Yes.
And that's sad. And it's very sad that you admitted it. Okay, so you turned in some tax returns up here. I have your gross at $6,000 a year. And how many children? It's just Alex, right?
It's just one. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children outside of Alex?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that brings your net.
Here, the judge exposes the real truth of the situation. This wasn't about protecting the child. It wasn't about emotional harm. It was about money. The mother admits it outright. She wants the child support, not the co-parenting. And the judge calls it what it is, sad. Because this child deserves two parents, not one parent controlling access and the other begging for time. When a judge says, you don't get to have it both ways, she's drawing a legal line in the sand. Parenting is a shared responsibility, not a negotiation tactic.
Okay. Plus the 111 comes out to $1,069 a month.
Okay. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am, it's Judge.
Okay. Why do you have this smirk on your face?
Oh, I like those numbers. Judge Vonda. Judge Vonda.
Sad. She's not going to have to come back in here and say, you know, she's not letting me see my child or anything like that, is she?
Now the math hits the table, and look at what happens. The judge calculates income, insurance reimbursement, and monthly support, and the parent who withheld the child smirks. That smirk says everything. It's not grief. It's not stress. It's victory. But this is the moment the audience needs to understand. Child support is not a reward. It's not a payment for custody. It's a tool to provide for the child. And when a parent celebrates the number instead of the child's well-being, it reveals exactly what the conflict was about from the beginning.
So when she sees the child, do I have to be around?
That's a no, because you're not going to do that, right? You're going to let her see the child.
Do I have to be around her when she comes? She has to come pick the child up, like for a weekend?
Yeah, however she picks him up. Okay. I mean, you guys have a child, so you should be able to be cordial with each other to some extent. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but
it has
you
to
do
be
need
able
to
to
let her
benefit the
see.
child.
Huh?
It has to be able to benefit the child. I mean, you have to look at Alex's best interest in his life. He needs both of his moms. It's like you can't just deny one.
What's the
agree with
least
that.
amount of time that I can let her spend with my child?
You know what? We're not going to go there. You're going to let her see him. And that's the end of it. You have your money, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So do you have any other questions? All right. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
So let's be clear. Judge Vonda didn't just settle a payment dispute today. She rebalanced power. She restored access, ensured co-parenting, and reminded everyone that a child shouldn't be used as leverage in emotional warfare. The court ordered child support, but also enforced visitation, because a child deserves relationships, not negotiations. If this case hit you the way it hit us, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments where the truth comes out.
Be seated. Mr. Thornton,
Yes, ma'am.
you're back. How are you doing?
Oh, not as well as I'd like to.
Okay.
This case begins with a quiet kind of heartbreak. Mr. Thorne walks into court carrying the weight of something he didn't prepare for. His son, AJ, has been living with him, and life has gotten heavy fast. We're talking burglary, police chase, a hospital stay, insurance refusing to pay. And the mother? She isn't here. She moved out of state and left him to deal with it all. He isn't here to argue or blame. He's just a father trying to keep his son from slipping further. But the courtroom isn't built on emotion. It runs on agreements, signatures, and what the law recognizes as change. And as we're about to see, what feels devastating in real life doesn't always count on paper.
Arrangement payments to her.
Okay.
But since the boy has come to stay with me, he's gotten himself into a lot of trouble.
Okay. What kind of trouble?
Well, he's been burglarizing some residents, and he was in an accident due to a police chase.
This is AJ, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Ms. Hernandez refuses to acknowledge her responsibility to help me in covering some of these costs. I mean, the medical costs are quite extreme. My insurance is refusing to pay because it was a criminal act. In fact, they're probably going to drop me.
Okay.
And
If I remember correctly, you guys agreed to no child support during mediation.
yes, ma'am, we did.
Okay. And since
When Mr. Thorne explains the situation, it's not just a story, it's a cry for help. He's been paying the agreed arrangement, supporting his son alone, and now medical bills and damage costs are stacking higher than he can breathe. But listen closely to the judge's question. Has anything legally changed? That one question decides everything in cases like this. Even though AJ lives with him and the consequences of his actions are real and painful, the court needs documented change, not emotional hardship. And that's the tragedy of this moment. This father is asking for fairness, but family court doesn't measure fairness in feelings. It measures it in forms, agreements, and
Insurance no longer
timelines.
covers him
okay.
in that aspect. And, you know, the court costs, fines, and due to that accident, there was a lot of damage in which he's liable for, or I am, and it's almost impossible
Okay.
for me to,
But AJ was double insured by both of you, right?
yes.
Okay. Here's the issue. In order to modify any type of child support situation, whether you receive child support or you don't receive child support, there has to be what's called a material and substantial change. That means that AJ's living arrangements would have had to have changed. Something about his educational expenses have changed. Something about mom's.
The judge explains it calmly, but the reality behind her words is crushing. To ask for child support now, something must have changed in the official records, where AJ lives, the mother's income, or major expenses tied to school or medical care. But even though everything feels different to this father, the court sees the situation as the same. Why? Because they originally agreed to no child support while AJ was already primarily with him. It feels almost cruel, but the judge isn't punishing him. She's bound by the rules. This is the kind of moment that makes family law feel cold. Life changed. Stress changed. Responsibility changed. But the paperwork didn't. And that's what the court must
for
follow.
Material and substantial change. And based on what you said, you really don't fall into one of those.
That's very disappointing. So she's just free of any obligation? I mean,
Well, I wouldn't say she's necessarily free, but remember, you all did come to an agreement in mediation to no child support. So in order to start receiving child support, you would have to show that something has changed.
Then comes the line that hits hardest. So she's just free of any obligation? That's not a legal argument. That's a father's exhaustion spilling out. What he's really asking is, does no one see what I'm carrying? The judge responds carefully. The mother isn't free. She's still a parent. But child support can't be ordered unless the legal circumstances shift. And that's the part that stings, because in real life, responsibility is shared. But in court, responsibility must be proven. And right now, the father stands alone, not because he should, but because he can't show the change the law requires.
So let's say, for instance, at the time of mediation, AJ still resided with her. Now he lives with you, then we can entertain child support at that point. But nothing has really changed since you guys have gone to mediation. Therefore, you wouldn't be entitled to receive any child support, unfortunately.
I understand. I mean, is there nothing I can do? Absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned, no, there's nothing.
When the judge says, there's nothing you can do right now, the room goes quiet. Not dramatic quiet, heavy quiet. The kind that sits in your chest. He came here looking for relief. Maybe not even money, just acknowledgement. But the law moves slow, and it moves strict. And the reality is, he is leaving with the same responsibilities he walked in carrying. This is the part of family court no one posts on social media. The part where someone tries to do the right thing and still walks out feeling alone.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
Your
is
Honor.
there anything further?
No, ma'am. Not at this time.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This case is a reminder that real life doesn't always match the structure of the law. Mr. Thorne is a father dealing with a hurting child, financial pressure, and emotional exhaustion, and he showed up here hoping for help. And while the judge wasn't cold or dismissive, her hands were tied by the agreement both parents signed. If AJ continues to live with him full-time and those circumstances are formally recorded, he can return to request child support. But for today, he walks out carrying everything on his own shoulders. If this moment moved you, share your thoughts and subscribe for more real stories that show the human side of the courtroom.
Support court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1056, Hannigan case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may be seated. Ms. Hennigan, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, guys, this case is quiet but heavy. We have a mother who has been raising 2 children mostly on her own, and a father who has slowly faded out of their lives. There's no argument in the room, no shouting, no back and forth. Just a woman who looks tired of doing everything alone. And as we listen, we realize this isn't just about financial support. It's about showing up for your kids. Judge Vonda B is here to look past the excuses and focus on what the children need, because when a parent steps away emotionally, the law can step in to make sure the kids don't get left behind.
Well, my ex-husband, since last year, doesn't come and get our children, doesn't take care of them, and he is just in and out of their lives, and I'm tired of it.
Okay. How many children do you all have?
We have 2 children.
All right. You said ex-husband. So how long have you all been divorced?
We've been divorced for a year because he decided to step outside of our marriage and have another child.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Neither was I.
All right. So he has an outside child. How old is that child?
He ought to be about
When she explains that she and her ex-husband divorced because he had a child outside their marriage, you can hear that this wasn't just a breakup. It was the moment the family dynamic changed for good. She doesn't sound angry anymore. It sounds like the hurt has already been lived through. Now, she's simply asking the court to make sure her children don't have to feel that same abandonment. Courts pay attention to patterns. If a parent steps out of a home and then steps out of responsibility, that says a lot about how consistent they are likely to be moving forward. Her words show a pattern: presence only when convenient. And kids notice when love is inconsistent.
He did while we were married, but since we've been divorced, no.
Okay. And you say he doesn't pick them up or anything like that?
Every once in a blue moon.
All right, all right. Do you pay health insurance or does he pay health insurance?
I pay for everything.
Okay. How much is the health insurance?
About $326 a month.
And that's for the children only, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, the mother explains that she pays for everything, including health insurance. That one detail tells a full story. It means every doctor visit, every school form, every day-to-day need has been on her shoulders alone. When she says he comes around every once in a blue moon, it's not said with anger, just truth. Courts look at consistency because children don't just need moments, they need reliable care. A parent can't pop in occasionally and call it involvement. Parenting is showing up even when it's inconvenient. And today, the court is preparing to reflect that reality in a way that protects the children's routine and stability.
He did not show up for court today. All right, I noticed he was served to be here today, looking at the documents that are before me. You haven't talked to him at all?
I have not.
Okay, did he say he wasn't coming to court today?
I have not talked to him,
Okay.
literally, in a couple of months.
Okay, well, good thing about it is that I can continue to move forward and place him on child support today because he was served to be here and he's technically on notice. So
This part is important. The judge confirms that the father was properly served and knew he was supposed to be here. That means legally, he had the chance to speak for himself, but chose not to. In family court, showing up matters. When you don't, the court proceeds with the information it has, and the mother's testimony stands on its own. Sometimes people think avoiding court delays consequences. But in reality, not showing up is a decision in itself. It shows the court where someone places their priorities. And here, that silence is saying loud and clear, he chose
we're
not
gonna
to
go ahead and move
participate.
forward based on the testimony that you gave, okay? So at $120,000 a year, that's what you said he makes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have his gross at $10,000 a month. That would bring his net to $7,584.25. And you said you all have 2 children and he has 1 outside child, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so giving him credit for that other child, that brings his child support to about $1,706. You said health insurance is...
Now the numbers come together. He earns about $120,000 a year. After standard adjustments and accounting for his other child, the child support calculation comes out to $1,706 a month. Then the judge adds half of the health insurance she pays, which brings the total to $1,869 per month. This isn't about punishment or revenge. It's about making sure the children live at a standard that matches both parents' ability to support them. Child support is simply the financial side of parenting. If one parent is carrying everything alone, the court steps in to balance that load so the kids are taken care of consistently.
$326 for the children?
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to reimburse half of that to you, so that $163 plus $1,706 brings his monthly child support amount to $1,869 per month. Is there anything further you needed?
No, thank you.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
In the end, this case wasn't dramatic. It was honest. The mother showed up with facts. The father didn't show up at all. And the court made a decision that puts the children first. $1,869 a month ensures that their needs are supported, even if one parent chooses not to be present. It's a reminder that parenting isn't just emotional. It's practical, daily responsibility. Tell me in the comments, do you think the outcome was fair based on what was shared? And if you found this breakdown clear and meaningful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more real courtroom stories told with understanding and respect.